Morning, year six. Happy Friday. We've got to the end of another really fantastic week of home learning. And well done to the children who've come into school every day this week as well. I hope you've had a really nice week. Now, let's crack on with our Friday's lesson of English. So today is going to be based on some reading. So I know this week and on Wednesday, you will have caught up to the end of chapter 4, hopefully. And in today's today, you will be looking at some vocabulary that we've met in those chapters from chapter 2 to chapter 4. And then you have some comprehension questions based on chapter 4 only. So on Seesaw, you will have a PowerPoint with all of the text from chapter 4 that you can read and look back on. You've also got my YouTube channel, which has a video of me reading chapter 4. Okay, so I'm just going to show you your little worksheet that you're going to do for me today. Okay, so here we go. Can I make that full screen? Can I? Okay, here we go. So at the top, we've got our novel-based reading, Boy in the Striped Pajamas, and the first side of the worksheet is looking at vocabulary only. So if you have read or listened to me reading the chapters, you will have seen some of this vocabulary. I want to know, and I want to find out if you know what these pieces of vocabulary mean. So we have the words orderly. When was that used? I think that flowers beneath Bruno's window were tended to in an orderly fashion. And there we have the word tended as well, 2 for 1 there. Plaque. I remember that there was a plaque somewhere in Bruno's new house. Modern. I do remember that Gretel said something about father not liking modern things. What was that modern thing and what did it mean? Barbed wire. I remember that this was something that Gretel and Bruno saw through their window in chapter 4. Desolate. You remember this word, and I think some children actually used this word in some of their work last week. So it may be from chapter 2. But what does the word actually mean? Desolate. Foreseeable future. Now, this term has been used quite a lot within chapter 2 and chapter 2 chapter 4. And we know that mother and father are continuing to say to Gretel and Bruno that they will be staying in their new home for the foreseeable future. Now, there's some disagreement between Bruno and Gretel about what that means, but maybe you could find out what that term actually means. Commandant. Now, I've heard father being described as a commandant quite a few times. I'm not actually sure what it means. And I don't think Bruno and Gretel really know what it means either. So your job is, firstly, arrange these terms and vocabulary in alphabetical order. And you will do that in this list here. You will list them in alphabetical order here in the table. Okay. Then next to the word, you will write the definition. And you may find this in an online dictionary, or if you have a dictionary at home, or maybe an adult can help you and you can come up with your own definitions. So I hope that first side of the worksheet is okay for everyone. I'm just going to move on now to the second side of the worksheet. You will see that you have some comprehension questions. These comprehension questions are based on chapter 4 only. Okay, so let's read through the questions. So the first question says, to begin with, they weren't children at all, not all of them at least. I want to know, who precisely does Bruno see through his window? I know that he does list some groups of people. Who were they? I remember Gretel saying that she didn't see any girls. So who did they see? Second question. It started off nicely enough. There was a garden directly beneath Bruno's window. So that is a line taken from the text and in question 1 as well. And I know that because it's in italics. So your question is, briefly describe the garden. There's a lovely, lovely little paragraph describing the garden. I mentioned when I was reading my chapter 4 video on when I was reading chapter 4, I mentioned that I really liked the description that was used there. So I really wanted you to answer this question because I really loved the description that was used in that. Okay, question 3. Gretel and Bruno describe the camp as a nasty looking place. And I know that this term has been taken directly from the text because I've put it in italics. But I want to know, why do you think they have described it as a nasty looking place? And your last question. Gretel watched for another few moments before shivering and turning away. Again, this line is taken directly from the text in chapter 4, and I know that because I put it in italics. But I want to know, why do you think Gretel reacted like this? At the end of chapter 4, when I was reading it on my video, I had a few thoughts to share as well. I think I may have shivered a little bit whenever I read some aspect of chapter 4. What do you think? Okay, year 6, that is your activity for Friday morning. So just to summarize, you've got your vocabulary questions that you need to put in alphabetical order and find out their definitions. And then you have 4 comprehension questions based on chapter 4. I hope that's okay for everyone. As always, please contact me on Seesaw if you need any help. And I will see you on Monday for our live Zoom lesson at 11 o'clock. I hope you all have a lovely, lovely weekend. I hope you managed to get out on a little walk, even though the weather has been really poor the past few days. But most of all, keep safe and try and help mums and dads at home. It's a very, very busy and hectic time for everyone. And the best you can do is just be on your best behaviour, try and get some work done, and just enjoy this time with your families. Okay, guys, lots of love. I'll see you on Monday.